This is the latest version of Porsche's 911 Turbo, and we want to know how capable this car really is. Now, in speed and performance terms, it'll slay just about any mass production road car you care to name. That much we know for sure. But what we don't know is how it will fare against this, a V8 supercar. V8 supercar racing is the premier form of motorsport in this country, and this car is typical of the breed. It's a highly specialised piece of equipment designed to do a highly specialised job, and most road cars wouldn't see which way it went. Which begs a pretty obvious question, doesn't it? On paper, this isn't really a fair race. The Porsche has 368 kilowatts of power and weighs almost 1600 kilograms. The V8 supercar, meanwhile, has more like 480 kilowatts and weighs only about 1300 kilograms. But what the Porsche has in its favour is all-wheel drive, so it can leap off the mark while the race car is still spinning its wheels trying to find grip. And that's why the 911 Turbo takes just 3.1 seconds to reach 100 kilometres an hour, while the race car needs 4.5 seconds.
I expected the Porsche to be very, very good on the standing start with the launch control. Electronics versus human, electronics is going to win hands down.
Across 400 metres, the Porsche is still in front, taking a tiny 11.2 seconds, while the V8 supercar takes 11.8. But at that point, the V8 is actually catching up. Of course, performance is more than just straight line speed, so we let each car loose around the Phillip Island circuit. And it's here that the V8 supercar's purpose-built design starts to play out. Clearly, the V8 supercar is designed for doing laps at tracks like this, so by rights, it should have beaten the 911 Turbo. And it did. In fact, it was a full 10 seconds quicker than the Porsche, taking 1 minute 36 against 1 minute 46. Our test driver for the day had some theories on where the race car had the advantage.
The main differences between a V8 supercar and the Porsche is obviously the slick tyre that the V8 supercar has, purpose-built race car being with the full roll cage. Also, the general aerodynamics of a V8 supercar are, far superior than, the current Porsche. If this Porsche 911 Turbo was to have slick tyres, I believe, somewhere about 5 seconds faster per lap.
But how does Fabian Coulthard rate the 911 Turbo overall?
For me, the Porsche is a great car. To be able to come to a track situation like here and actually drive it to its full capacity and then be able to drive home in it. There's not many cars you're actually able to do that.
So there you have it. To be honest, I'm a bit surprised there was 10 seconds difference between the two cars. But, as Fabian points out, put this car on the same slick tyres as the supercar and that gap would be about halved. And let's not forget also that up to the limit of how fast you're legally allowed to drive in this country, this road-registered 911 is in fact faster than a V8 supercar. And that's what I call bragging rights.